What's up everybody, it's me, the Nerdy Hero. As you can tell, this is a brand new setup as opposed to how I do my normal videos. And that's because I actually moved. I have my new apartment, no more roommates, I'm just all on my own. And I'm not really gonna get too deep into how all that came about or what my place even looks like. I'll probably make a video about it, or maybe I'll just go live on Instagram and show you guys a tour of my new apartment. But right now it's still a mess, I'm unpacking and stuff. But the point of this video is obviously, as the title says, is the review of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Right in the midst of moving and everything, I had to stop everything, and me and my friends all went to go see the movie. People are always asking me all over, and then tons of messages of all my followers asking me, what was the movie like? Did you like it? Was it better than the first one? All those types of questions, and I have to answer. I can't really tell you. I've only seen it once. I want to see it again really badly. I don't think it's better than the first, but it's not bad. I know, I want to see it again. I can't really tell. I have a really weird opinion of it. It's really good, though, that's for sure. Really funny. The story was very different than the first one, and that's probably the reason why I have like this mixed feeling about it, because one of the things I did not like is actually that the movie just kind of ends before I knew it, and I don't feel like the movie was rushed. Not in development, I mean like the storyline as the movie played out. I didn't feel like it was being rushed. Before I knew it, we were already at the climax of everything, and oh snap, this is it. And that ended, and then they're having, I'm not trying to spoil anything. I will talk about spoilers at the end of the video, and I have a warning for that, but anyway. The movie ended, and then, or the climax ended, and then when the movie ended, I was like, wait a minute, that's it? It just kind of came and went, even though the movie felt like the right amount of time, and the pacing felt really great. It just ended so suddenly, I think. I feel like I wanted to see a little bit more of a wrap-up as to what was going to happen next and what they were leading into. But I guess that's what you can talk about a little bit. The post-credit scenes kind of tease as to what's next. By the way, we had 5 post-credit scenes, which is insane. And about 3 of them were like really short, and most of them were just jokes. I can't talk about it. They're all spoilers. I can't talk about them. Let's talk about the plot of the movie. During the trailer, I never really knew what the plot was, what the point of the story was. We just knew that we had the sovereign people coming, the gold people. We had Ego, the living planet, played by Kurt Russell, was coming into Peter's life as his father. Then we had, obviously, new character Mantis was coming in, and there was this Taserface character, which in the movie they have a whole joke about his face. His name basically is Taserface. But we had Taserface, the Sovereigns, and then Ego, the living planet were 3 new elements coming into this, and I still never realized I didn't know the plot. I watched trailers and I'm like, oh, this looks great. The gang's back together. Peter's father is coming into this. What's the point of it? What's gonna happen with that? All these characters, what's the real villain of the story? And I never realized that I had no idea what the plot was until I was watching this movie, and it's playing out in front of me, and I'm having a great time, and I'm really enjoying it. And I can't really reveal what happens and what the real plot is without spoiling it, so I'll have to talk about it later in the end of this video. One aspect is that Peter does get to meet his father, and you get to learn about why his father left. What was the purpose of his father? What his father really is. Because at the end of the first Guardians of the Galaxy, they left it as a mystery. Some of the standouts. The number 1 standout, I think, was Michael Rooker's character as Yondu was the number 1 standout. Drax had a lot more to say in this one. It was really funny, and obviously you gotta talk about Baby Groot. Right in the beginning of the movie, he steals the show right in the beginning, and I love the whole intro of the movie. It was great. It really reminds me of the first one with the singing and dancing. This one does something very similar, but much bigger in a way. I do like the fact that they brought in the fact that Ego Living Planet and Michael Rooker's Yondu are both versions of father figures to Star-Lord, played by Chris Pratt, and they kind of like, which, what does he draw into? Obviously, you're led to believe that Rooker stole Peter from Earth and was supposed to give him to his father, but never did, and he kept him for himself for thieving, is what the movie teases. And you find out more into that storyline in the movie, which is actually really cool and really nice to get like more of a wrap up between all 3 of these like father figure triangle going on here. Characters like Zoe Saldana's Gamora and her sister in the film, Nebula, played by I forgot her name. She's from Doctor Who. She's gonna be in Jumanji. I forgot her name. Anyway, but Nebula and Gamora's relationship really does strengthen in this movie, because they were fighting each other in the last movie, and for most of this movie they're fighting each other. And then you find the underlying tone as to why they don't like each other, mostly caused by Thanos, which we don't get to see Thanos at all in this movie. Not even in the post-credit scenes. Don't even look for that. But he is referenced a lot between the 2 sisters because he is their father. Adoptive father, for sadly. Drax, he's one of the standouts of the movie because he just has some of the funniest lines, especially when it comes to character Mantis. The 2 of them have this really funny chemistry together. So at the end of the movie, I really was thinking to myself how much I like this movie, and the jokes. There were so many more jokes in this movie than there were in the first one, And the thing is, I laughed, I think, at probably 90-something% of all of the jokes, if not at all of them. The thing is, I didn't laugh as hard as all the jokes that were in the first one. So the first one, for the sake of numbers, let's say the first one had 5 jokes. I laughed really hard at those 5 jokes. This one, let's say, has 10 jokes. I didn't laugh as hard at those 10, or at 8 of those jokes. And 2 of them I laughed really hard at. So it's kind of like a weird balance of how I kind of look at it as to how much humor was really in this movie, which is a lot more, but it wasn't as much. Didn't hit me as hard as some of the jokes in the first one. Most of them were caused by Drax, which was really great. The music in this movie, I feel like, even though I love the music so much in this movie, and also in the first one, I feel like they just kept finding new ways to keep bringing the music to the screen, like, even though it wasn't necessarily necessary. Is that a word? I don't know. I used it like that now. So anyway, I feel like, not that they were shoving the music down our face, I feel like they were using it more than they necessarily needed to. So that's kind of weird. Even though the music was still great, I really had it fun. Lots of cameos in this movie, but I'm not really going to talk about them in this part of the video. But anyway, that's my review of the movie, guys. I loved it. You guys should see this movie. It is awesome. It is amazing. Is it better than the first one? I don't know if I can really say it's better than the first one, because the first one captured that magic, that brand new feel of a new world to discover new characters. Here, they're just bringing that same world and then just giving it more. So it's kind of weird to say if it's better or not. I can't really tell you. If anything, it's at least as good as the first one. So that's my review of the movie, guys. I'm going to give it a total of 9 out of 10. It was amazing. I had a great time. I want to see it a few more times. I'm going to buy it on Blu-ray. I'm going to get all that stuff for it. I can't wait to see it again, though. Make sure in the comments you wite down what you guys thought of the movie. If you're excited to see it, if you have seen it, try not to spoil it because the movie just came out, so I don't want people spoiling and everything. And remember, guys, you can like, comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And as always, guys, remember, keep it nerdy. Hold on a second. We still have to talk about the spoilers of this movie. Big spoiler warning. Where it's talked straight about Yondu dies. I didn't even like Yondu's character that much. I thought he was a cool character. I didn't like him that much in the first movie. This one, they really make you care about him. You find out he's the real good father to Peter. Even though he was a jerk to Peter, he was the father that actually cared about him, the father figure. And at the end of the movie, he sacrificed himself, and he actually get his space pirate Ravager funeral that he wanted, that he was told he would not get because of the fact that he broke code by stealing children, which is against the Ravager code. And the reason he was stealing children, well, we have to go right back to Ego Living Planet with Kurt Russell's character. You get to meet Peter's father, and you're being introduced to the living planet. He's a celestial. This is his being. This is what he is. And you're seeing how he came to be, how his purpose in life was to expand. And then you start realizing something is a little off here when you start seeing that he wasn't just mating with Peter's mom. Over the millennia, he was mating with different species on different planets, and as he was trying to create another version of himself, a new offspring, so he can have double the power to be able to take over all the planets that he was implanting himself into. And you start being like, this is sounding a little villainish. And then you're like, okay, if he's meeting with all these people, that kind of dilutes Peter's mom. And then you find that no, he actually did love his mom. You're like, oh, okay. And then he reveals that he put the tumor in Peter's mother's head. He killed Peter's mom. And you see Peter's world just fall apart in his eyes, because he was in this moment of trance and he was like, whoa, he's learning all this stuff. And out of nowhere, that just took him right out of it, and he just took guns and just started shooting his father. I was like, oh my gosh. That was like Empire Strikes Back, Star Wars, I am your father moment. That was like, I killed your mother moment, and I am your father at the same time. And he starts blasting him, he starts killing him instantly because of how that connection to his father compared to his connection to his mother was just shattered by that moment. And then you find out that Ego Living Planet is the villain. He's trying to take over the galaxy. He actually really is. So now the Guardians of the Galaxy are now thrust into this moment where they have to destroy a celestial being. It goes off into this giant whirlwind of action, and that's when the movie suddenly out of nowhere started. We're already at the climax, and that's when I was talking about our review. I didn't realize we were just going to be jumped right into it and how fast it came up. Another stuff I want to talk about real quickly in the spoiler talk would be this fact that Stan Lee and the Watchers, they brought the Watchers into the universe, which is amazing. We got to see Stan Lee with them talking for his cameo, and it was in the movie, and it was also in the post-credit scene as well. Another post-credit scene was going to be all the original members of the Galaxy, including Miley Cyrus's voice, Michael Rosenbaum. Can't remember all the characters that they were playing. I just remember the actors, Sylvester Stallone. We're also going to talk about the post-credit scene that involves Adam Warlock is coming to either Guardians of the Galaxy 3 or Infinity War Part 2, because they already said that he's not in Infinity War Part 1. So whatever they end up calling Infinity War Part 2, he may be in that one, or he's going to be in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, whatever it's going to be. those are some of the biggest spoilers to off. This movie was just filled with so many interesting Easter eggs and references, and I can't wait to see this movie a few more times to really get all the information. But that's the end of the video, guys. That's the real end of the video. Remember, guys, keep it nerdy.
Sometimes the thing you're searching for your whole life, it's right there by your side all along. You're right.
All you do is yell at each other. You're not friends.
No, we're family. Except maybe her.
What's up, everybody? It's me, the Nerdy Hero. Just reminding you guys to check out tpublic.com so you can check out all my latest Nerdy Hero shirts and gear, as well as to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can check out my latest videos. And always, guys, remember, keep it nerdy.